So a couple opening remarks from Coach.
Yeah, I mean, really proud, obviously, of our team. It's been a long season for us. We very rarely talk about injuries, and we don't make excuses. For our team to come up, put it together today, I think all three phases contributed in some form or fashion. Wasn't pretty, but it was enough. Really proud of the 25 seniors. I keep talking about those guys because I understand what they've endured. They've done a great job of leadership. They've continued to practice to the standard that we set. Really happy for those guys. And again, as I said earlier, also some of the guys that aren't here that played a major part in us building this thing. And as I told our team, this is the end of our 21 season, and the bowl opportunity starts our 22 season, which for us, it's all about continuing to develop our program, and this opportunity gives us a chance to do that. And really, really proud of the guys, really, really proud of their effort, and looking forward to developing our team with these bowl opportunities that we'll have. And so with that, I'll open it up to questions.
I know you talked about how important the bowl game would be for you guys. Does this feel like the most significant kind of step of progress you guys have had since you've been here?
Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, we hadn't had opportunity to go to a bowl game here since 2016. The last time I was here as an assistant, we went to back-to-back bowl games. But for us, as we embark on year 3 or year 4, this was a necessary step. That step from non-bowl eligibility to becoming a bowl-eligible team. What we want this is to become the standard, and teams that go to bowls have more opportunities to develop their team, and that's what these next practices and these next few weeks will be all about, developing some really talented young players that I think you had a chance to see out there today that made plays, from our quarterback who's a redshirt sophomore to Kobe McDonald to Darrell Jackson, and some of these young players that really have contributed. These would be really important for our program, and we needed these practices.
I just wanted to hear a little bit about what you thought of Brian Kopp's performance, and maybe how it was a culmination of all the potential that you've kind of seen in him and have been talking about all season.
Yeah, I was happy for Brian. Brian is one of those 25 seniors that I keep alluding to that really has bought into the culture that we're trying to establish, that, and he's played an integral role from a leadership standpoint, and really embodies the unselfishness that's necessary in any type of program when you're building it. And to come in and have players like him and Lattez Rogers and, some of these veteran seniors that have been through an awful lot, you can't begin to measure the amount of what he brings to the table if you just look at a stat sheet. To me, you got to be there every day at practice to see him when he's not maybe as involved in this offense that maybe he would like, but he's still out there leading by example with how he performs and practices every day.
Coach, the game hinged on 4 times your defense stops Rutgers on 4th down. What did it take to develop to that point, and how proud of you how the guys played when it was crunch time?
Yeah, I think, last week I talked about we didn't coach very well and we didn't play very well. Well, this week I thought our defensive coaching staff, we made some tweaks there. We put Stu up in the box. Brian Williams became a lot more involved with how he called things there. And I thought it was an overall great effort by our defensive staff and the players. Understanding that, Rutgers was a dangerous team that really relies on some of the trick plays that have gave them opportunities down the road. We had to play with great eye focus and eye discipline. I thought we did a really good job in situational defense, and our guys made the plays when we needed them to be made, especially down there at the 4th and the goal line play. Those guys, our D-line came up big, and I thought our coaches did a good job putting a good plan together.
Obviously, when Rutgers in the second half started to push back a little bit, you guys kind of drove the hammer down and didn't let them come back. Kind of how pivotal is that to to you guys going forward to make sure you can sort of finish games like that?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help. With the return game again, our kicking game kind of took away momentum a couple times in the game. The blocked extra point for 2. a couple of returns when we, score and they give up big returns where our defense played with short fields. Those are the things when I talk about these extra practices, these allow us to really develop our special teams and our, the young players that are involved there to understand what we need to do to get accomplished. But our defense stood tall. They gave up a couple of scores there, but our offense answered, and that's where I felt for the first time, we kind of played complementary football where even though they scored, our offense came back and matched it, and we did it running the ball, which, again, that was great to see us be able to establish, Fleet-Davis and Kobe McDonald today. We got into some personnel groupings that we hadn't used all year, our 12 personnel having 2 tight ends on the field, and it gave us a great answer.
Michael, in the season of ups and downs, what's it like for you? End of the game, the team poses under the goalpost for a picture. There's a lot of smiles. And I assume it was the same way when you went into the locker room. I mean, what's it like for you to see that?
For me, that's what Maryland's all about, and that's what Maryland means to me. I came here to build a program that our former players, that all of our fans could be really, really proud of. This is just one step. We talked about taking the next step, and that's being bowl eligible. Now the next step for us is to build upon what we've established, the culture, the identity. We have young players that I think gives us a bright future. I love the way our seniors are leaving a foundation of what leadership looks like as we bring in the right kind of players. But to me, to be able to, take that picture and as I told our veteran players, this was going to be their Christmas card. This was going to be my Christmas gift to them if they came up here and took victory. We go stand under that goal post, get the score in there, and send them home with a nice victory picture. And this is the end of our 21 season. Now, it also gives us the start of the 22, which is the bowl prep.
Take 1 or 2 more. Emily?
It seemed like a lot of things you guys that have hurt you in the past, whether it be turnovers or explosive plays and penalties and all those things that were much better today. Is there a reassurance in that some of those things that hurt you didn't show up in this game?
I mean, I think what it shows our players, and we talk about it, we have a thing on offense called our margin of error, where it really is a barometer that I learned under Coach Friesian of what it takes to not beat yourself. Good teams don't beat themselves. And today, I don't think we had a turnover. It's hard for me I haven't looked necessarily at the stat sheet completely, but when you don't turn it over and you win the explosive play battle, that's the winning formula. On the defensive side of the ball, we got a couple turnovers or we got maybe one, and when we have the opportunity where we limit the other team's explosive plays, you'll give yourself a chance to win. I mean, that's where college football has gone. That's what we've got to be more consistent at doing as a team.
And obviously one of the big seniors who kind of had his best performance like ever was Tayon Fleet-Davis. You kind of talked about all the adversity he's been through himself as long as the program. Kind of what is having a day like that, mean to him as he's kind of going out trying to put you guys on your back?
Yeah, I think what you see in Fleet is a byproduct of what I hope this program does for players. A guy that ran into some trouble here during his career, missed games a year ago, continued to mature because of the systems that we put in place, the resources that we have available to make sure that we're teaching these young men that it's not just about winning on the field, but winning off the field. And Tayon's a poster child for me as to what this program should do for individuals. And when they come here as parents, they're not always going to be perfect, but we will strive to teach them from the mistakes they make. And I'm proud of Fleet, really excited to see how he's been able to finish. And then he's also been one of our greatest leaders and one of the greatest assets to our program. So to have him back, and we gave him a COVID year after having to miss most of last season, couldn't be more proud of Fleet and his maturity that he's shown.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you. We should have Tayon Fleet-Davis momentarily.
Ooh, yeah.
Questions for Fleet?
It seemed like you were playing like you didn't want it to be your last game. I mean, what was your approach coming in?
It was pretty much Coach Locks in the back of my head saying this is playoff football, win or go home. And, I knew for a fact I didn't want this to be my last game. So, I just wanted to make sure that no matter what I did, that we didn't lose this game because of me. You know, I wanted to make sure, like, if it was my last game, I'd make sure that I left it all out there, you know, and I could honestly say that, win or lose, I can honestly say I left it out there.
You had a catch on a sort of screen pass lob, the ball looked like it was almost behind you.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see and how did you make that happen?
I mean, I didn't know the ball was behind me. You know, it was just a regular play we practice all the time. You know, try to get out to the flats. We seen that they were in man-to-man coverage. So anytime they're in man-to-man coverage, I know that the ball is going to come to me. So I just had to make sure that I caught it first, and then anything after that, you know, it was a bonus.
What's it like to finally get a piece of the apple? You know, I mean, you're going somewhere.
It's very exciting. You know, I've been here since 2017. I'm a fifth-year senior, so this is my first time going bowling, and I'm still, you know, in shock. Not in shock, but just I can't believe it, you know. So, you know, I'm ready for it, and I can't wait to experience. And I'm also excited that my team get to experience this, especially for the young guys, freshmen, sophomores, and just so they have something to look forward to next season when they come in.
What was it like taking the picture at the end?
Oh man, it was very exciting. You know, a bunch of guys, my teammates actually, you know, coming together, and we kind of knew what we wanted to do, but we knew that it wasn't gonna be easy. So at the end, you know, in that big group picture, I think our excitement speaks for everything.
And for you personally, obviously, this is sort of a big culminating moment in 5 years of sort of ups and downs. What does a win like this sort of mean to you that you get one more chance to go out, kind of show out one last time before you get to leave?
To me, it just means that, you know, we get to keep playing. You know, this was for the team. Just getting that bowl game under Maryland, I think it's been, I don't remember when the last time we went, but it's been a while. So, you know, that was really the goal, just to get the team to a bowl game. You know, but with me, you know, I'm just very excited that I'm a part of it, you know, and I get to lead these guys.
You guys played better in those Terps uniforms. You West Virginia, you won today.
Mm-hmm. The team, my teammates, they say that too. You know, everybody likes the Terp script uniforms. They say that, you know, we undefeated. So I don't know. Maybe it's the good luck uniforms. I like them though. I like both of them. You know, I think we can go out and win in any uniforms. But as of right now, that's what it is.
You talked about kind of what this being bowl eligible can do for the program. I mean, what, as someone who's leaving, what do you hope this turns into going forward?
I hope this turns into the new normal, you know, finishing the season strong, you know, working to get that postseason play, and, you know, just keep building from here. You know, hopefully we bring in recruits, they see what we're doing here and how the program is changing, and they want to come join us.
When you got to do the postgame interview on the Big Ten Network, and you're coming off the field, and I was happy as anybody I've ever seen. You called somebody. If I can ask, if you can tell me, who was the person that you called to say that you made it to a bowl final?
I was just talking to my girlfriend, you know, just letting her know that, you know, I was letting her know that we finally made it, you know. I couldn't believe it, you know. I was just in shock. And I'm not done calling people. I got to call my mom, my grandma, you know. We just getting started. Yeah, just excited. It was the first name I seen.
That's off the record. Don't tell Mom. Thank you, Sam.
Thanks, Tayon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tayon.
All right.